Sci-Ho.
You know, Philips have always surprised me when it comes to their tech. I not long ago checked out a set of SHB3815 headphones from them. I will leave a link in the description below. And I was actually pretty impressed. Now, I've just been sent through these Philips SHB3175 headphones, and I'm wondering if they'll be able to live up to that reputation. So the headphones presented here are all black, and there's actually an all white variant too if that really does take your fancy. What actually stuck out to me the most is how incredibly flimsy these headphones actually are. Now, they're actually covered in this matte black plastic finish, and the whole external shell is actually made from plastic, and I couldn't really see, unless the hinges are made from metal, which they could be. Yeah, there's a little bit of metal going through the hinges to keep them well protected. But just in terms of the headband is all plastic. I can't really see much metal in there. The ear cups themselves are plastic. The shells are plastic. The hinges on the actual inside of the headphone band, you know, just here, are actually made from plastic as well. So these are a very, very plasticky made headphones. I mean, they flex pretty well, I suppose. They don't feel as if they're going to snap. I don't really want to pull them any more than that, to be honest with you. But however, I am in two minds about that. Now, if these headphones are dropped from any kind of height, then I could see the ear cups, especially these two hinges here, getting damaged. Maybe even the headband snapping as well, away from the actual internals. I could see that happening. But because they are made from a little bit of flimsy plastic, then if they are in like a bottom of your bag, or they find yourself in the bottom of your backpack, the actual stress that your other belongings are going to put on these headphones aren't going to cause too much of an issue to these headphones, because they can bend relatively well. So I can't see them really being crushed in the bottom of a backpack, unless you then yank them out and then you snap them by stretching them out. I don't know. If these are folded up in a backpack, they're not going to cause that much of an issue, especially if things are going to be piled on top of them. So as I said, these headphones are covered in a matte finish, which I actually do think gives off quite a nice stylish feel to the actual headphones. The only glossy part of the headphones I can see are actually around the external part of the ear cups around here, which I think they actually look quite nice. I've not seen the white variant, so I can't comment on that, but the matte black finish and then this sort of glossy exterior circumference to the ear cups are actually pretty good. Now, all the buttons that I can see are located on the right ear cup, and these are your volume up and down, and then you've got an answer call button here as well if it's connected to a mobile phone. On this side, the two buttons here are your Bluetooth and power, which require a couple of seconds holding them down to turn them on, which is now flashing a lot quicker on the blue light here, so that should be looking for a mobile phone now. Also, on the right ear cup, you've got your USB, micro USB is actually in there, which charge the headphones themselves. And then on the left ear cup, all you have here is a 3.5mm jack cable. So if you don't want to use the Bluetooth, or your Bluetooth has run out of battery, then you can opt to use the 3.5mm jack port on there as well. And then you don't have to turn it on, and it's not taking any use of the battery. So depending on what your setup is, if you're sitting on your desktop, 3.5mm jack is easy, or if you're traveling, Bluetooth, easy as that. So the headphones, as you've probably seen already throughout this video, fold up pretty nicely, and they actually get down to quite a small size. I say they're still just so flimsy even when you fold them up, but that's not too bad, and that would fit in a bag quite nicely, or maybe even if you've got like a larger pocket, like on a coat, for example, your winter coat, that would probably fit inside there as well. The headband, if you push them together, make it as small as possible. That's not really a bad footprint at all if you're going to be storing these headphones away. So unfortunately, the headphones don't actually come with any kind of carrying case, which I think is a little bit unfortunate, because these really seem to me like they've been designed to carry around with you. They're not designed to sit there in your living room plugging into an amplifier to listen to your music. They are a traveling pair of headphones, so a carry case would have been quite a nice touch, even if it wasn't made from the best materials. I don't know, something like cotton, whatever you call it, blend, just something to just to stop some scratches, just to stop this glossy sort of area from getting marked. that would have been quite a nice touch, I think. So actually using the Bluetooth function on here is aided by voice prompts rather than the tones that some headphones generally opt for. And I think that's a really nice feature because it ensures that the user knows exactly when the headphones are connected and disconnected and searching for a phone or a Bluetooth enabled device. Some headphones, I don't know why they do it, but some headphones have these really annoying beeps and musical tones, musical notes that are supposed to tell you what the status of the headphones are. But I like the fact that Philips have opted for vocal prompts and voice prompts rather than actually having those tones, because it just makes it easier. It just makes it a lot easier to connect your phone to the headphones or vice versa. So the actual buttons on the headphones themselves are quite chunky, which makes it really nice when you're actually feeling around the back of the headphones for a button, so you know exactly what the button is. You can feel it really well, like volume up and down. You got power and Bluetooth on the front as well, which is really nice. And it actually requires quite a physical press as well, so you're not going to slip into pressing the wrong button if you're hunting around for the button you need to use. So if you wanted to answer a call, you're not going to reject the call, or you're not going to turn the music up or click the Bluetooth button, because you can actually feel that, yes, that is the answer call button when you feel around the headphones while they're on your head. So audio quality I don't think is too bad either, and on the inside of the headphones are really, really big 40mm neodymium drivers, which enable the music to have such a punchy bass. The actual headphones themselves come as part of Philips Bass Plus range, so it's got this bass-centric focus anyway, and it can really be heard in the music. Now, the biggest disappointment I thought with the headphones is that on some tracks, the bass can be quite overwhelming and overpowering to sort of the other frequencies within a track. Now, saying that, the headphones worked really well when I listened to some rock music and some dubstep, trap, and that kind of really deep bass electronic music. I'm not sure, I'm not really much of a pop listener anyway, but on certain tracks within a pop sort of top UK top 40 genre, the bass was very, very overpowering, and it was very, very hard to then hear things like cymbals or sort of the top end vocals. And then also classical music as well. The punchiness and the sort of physical presence of the bass was really, really overpowering to the other frequencies of the music. So do bear all of this in mind, because these are a very, very genre specific headphone. And if you are a classical music listener, then these probably aren't going to be the headphones for you. So when I was wearing the headphones, they were very much an on-ear headphone. I'm not sure if they could be considered an over-ear headphone, because the actual footprint of the ear cup itself was very small when I was wearing them, but that, I suppose, depends on the size of your ears. The smaller your ears, then the easier these would fit. But saying that, the lightweight plastic build and then also the padded ear cup did make them for quite a comfortable wear. And even when I was wearing them on things like commutes to work, they actually felt really, really comfortable, which for a headphone that comes in at £59, it generally doesn't really end that way, and they're usually quite harsh on your head. But these are quite nice. I could wear them for quite a while and then probably not complain of kind of that pain you get behind your ears and kind of the achiness you get. And they don't actually, the actual clamping force isn't very strong either. That's one thing I don't really like about headphones, is the fact that sometimes they clamp really tightly to your head. But they were okay, and they were very lightweight and very comfortable, and they actually felt really nice when they were on my head. So as I just said, these headphones cost £59, and they're not really going to hit the likes of things like your Bose Quiet Comfort 35 2s or your Bowers & Wilkins PX Wireless, your Sony WH-1000s. They're going to be nowhere near that kind of quality. But I think I can be safe to say that something like the Philips SHB3175 Bass Plus headphones are really going to keep up with those fashionable brands out there. You know, the things like the Beats or your Skull Candies, or something that's really marketed not in a music way but in a fashionable way. And I think that for £59 you're actually getting them for a fraction of what a pair of Beats headphones, the top level Beats headphones, would actually cost. So one last thing I want to mention is that the Bluetooth, the battery life is actually 12 hours music playback time, but there is a huge 166 hours or something like that of standby time. So if you're not going to be listening to music all day, every day, then you're not really going to be having to charge these too often. So you could take these on holiday, like a short I don't know, weekend city break, and these would probably last definitely travelling there, but also listening at various intervals throughout the break as well. If you haven't got your USB charging cable on you and you haven't got any way of charging the headphones, then don't panic, because you have got the 3.5mm jack on the bottom there as well. So thank you very much for checking out our review of the Philips SHB3175 headphones from their new Bass Plus range. If you like this review, then do click that like button. Please do subscribe to keep up with all of our latest tech and gaming videos, and please leave a comment below letting us know what you think of the headphones and whether you would go for something like this or you would stick to the more fashionable headphones like Beats by Dre, or whether you would sink a little bit more money into a pair of headphones and go for something a little bit more expensive, especially for that kind of build quality that you're getting with these. But as I say, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next review.